Hi, it's Debbie from Creatively Yours and welcome to my 67th Flosstube video. Yeah, welcome to any new viewers, welcome to any new subscribers. I saw an increased number this morning. When I woke up, I was looking at YouTube and I saw that I had 2K subscribers. And this video is take 2. I'm so tired, you people. I had a very busy week at work. We have a lot of sick people, and yeah, that means that my workload is increasing. So yeah, I have an itchy nose, as always. My last video, which I recorded an hour ago, was so not the right video, so I started over. So welcome. I have for you this video 3 whips, 1 FO, and a lot of plans and a lot of haul. So let's get to the fun part of the video. First off, I'm going to show you my whips. I started on October 1st together with Alice. Hi Alice. And Stacy 911 Stitcher and Julia the Stitcher Girl podcast and someone else, a friend of Julia. I'm not sure of her name anymore. I started for my birthday Snooty Parrots. Hashtag Snooty Parrots B-Day sale. This was a long time planned start, so I really love this. I started stitching on my fabric, which is a 40 count doubloon by Missus Sedas Plus. Excuse the hoop marks. And I managed to do the entire upper border and half of, let me show you, no, this way, half of the alphabet and some bit under that. I really love this. I already substituted one color. I am stitching this with my own conversion of Missus Sedas silks. These are gorgeous. And this pink is not the pink from Missus Sedas. This is a Victorian motto. I had a pink picked out, which I thought was the right color. But when I started stitching, and I'm showing you the alphabet, when I started stitching the pink letters, it was bright neon pink. And that's not what I wanted. So I substituted the pink with a Victorian motto, which is Granny's favorite, which is more muted and more fitting with the other colors. So yeah, that's Snooty Parrots, which is living in my handmade quilt block project bag. And I made some tags, which are wooden. I ordered a bag of wooden tags and I am placing them on my project bags with a name on it so I can see what's in it, which is handy. This was my first whip. My second whip was one of the Whip Go pieces for this month, and my goal was to do 1,000 stitches on December in the Netherlands by Twin Peak Primitives. This is a special edition pattern for Dutchmania 2019. This is only available through my LNS, the Handwerkboetiek. I will link the Handwerkboetiek below. If you would like this pattern, you can order it through Annemiek, the owner. You can send her an email, and or you can order it, I believe, on her website. But if not, you can email her, and she is quick to respond, and you can order this through her. I did a total of 1181 stitches. I was on a roll at that moment. This was right after Snooty Parrots. And this is what I have so far. I worked on the roof of the house, which is not white, but it's light yellow. But it looks white. This is done on 28 count Haunted by Stitchketeers Plus. And I'm using the Called for DMCs. I was planning on finishing this before December 5th this year, because then we celebrate Sinterklaas. And that's what this pattern is all about. But I don't think I can do that. I don't think I have enough time left to finish it. So, and I have a lot of whips. So there's always 2021, right? That's December in the Netherlands. And then my last whip was something I received as a gift from Stacy, the 911 stitcher. She already finished it and sent me the pattern. And yeah, I started this at Stitchmania this year, and I only had done, this is Scary Berry by Erica Michaels. I only had done a part of the moon, which was about 100 stitches. And I thought, last video I told you when I am picking a project to work on, I am going to do at least 500 to 1,000 stitches, and I thought that was enough to finish this entirely and to have enough progress if the pattern is a bigger pattern. Words. Yeah, I was wrong. 500 to 1,000 stitches is nearly not enough to finish this, but I have finished it. It took me 1,700 stitches. So the total of this pattern is going to be 1,800 stitches or something around that number, which is a lot more than you can imagine. But I finished it. Here it is, 28 count Haunted by Stitchketeers Plus, Called for DMCs. And I love this. I finished it this morning. I put in the last stitches and I'm going to turn it into a strawberry, just like the pattern. And yeah, I really like this. Then, because I already stitched this and finished it, and I'm not going to stitch it again, I'm going to give this pattern away, or pass the stash, if you like. I would like for you, if you would like to stitch this pattern, would like for you to leave a comment. I always love your comments, but if you would like this pattern, leave a comment saying, I would love to stitch the Scary Berry. And then in the next video, or the evening before my next video, I'm going to announce or pick a winner and announce it in my next video, so you can win it. Those were my whips, and I need to make a little bit of room. Tonight I'm going to stitch on my next whip go piece, which is Celebrate Halloween by Madame Chantilly. And my goal is to do 1,000 stitches. And I'm going to show you how far I am. This is what I have done so far. This is stitched on 28 count Doubloon, which I hand dyed with emerald. It doesn't have a name yet, my hand dyed fabric. But I love this pattern, and I'm going to do 1,000 stitches or a little bit more. So starting tonight. And then I have my both whip go pieces for this month finished, or at least the goal. Then me, Alice, Jantina from Jantina Stitches, Lydia from Lovely Stitches, and Jemima from the Rock and Stitcher are having a Zoom call every other Friday evening, and we are having a lot of fun. Last Friday was the second time we did it, and we came up with a name for our group, and it's called the Stitchketeers. I really love that name. It's quirky and funny, and I love it. And we were talking about stitching, of course. What else? And laughing, and we were talking about plans for next year. Next year, we all would like to finish our first, or at least the 4 of us. Alice already finished a height, but the other 4 of us would like to finish our first Heaven and Earth designs. We were talking about that, and I immediately did the math for my first height. I started it in 2013, which is 7 years ago. Which is this one. No, not this one. This is the key of the pattern. This one. Mini Gypsy Firefly by Amy Stewart, charted by Hade. And I did the math, and if I do a little less than 700 stitches a week, so I will reserve the weekends for that, I can finish it next year, finally. So we'll see. It's going to be a goal of ours, and the hashtag is going to be, I think, full coverage 2021. And this is what I have so far. So I have, I believe, 3 or 4 normal pages to go and 3 or 4 very small pages. So we'll see. But I think 700 a week is doable. So really love this. It's stitched on 18 count Aida with the called for DMCs, 2/1. And I think it's a wonderful idea to focus on this one next year, to finish it already. So that was part of the plans. Then another plan is, remember I bought Die Farben des Niederlanden, or Der Niederlanden, Colors of the Netherlands. I bought it for myself and Alice. A couple of videos ago you could see it. And it's fully kitted with the silks and a white 40 count fabric. Alice and I are going to start this on the 1st of November as a stitch along between us. So I can't wait. I'm going to show you. I have reserved this gorgeous needle minder from Lydia Lovely Stitches for it. I made floss tags for the silks. And I made a thread drop, or a thread ring, I think, in all colors of blue. So I can't wait to start this one. It's going to be the 1st of November, so a couple of weeks. And the Stitchketeers, we're talking about doing a stitch along between the 5 of us as a friendship stitch along, and details about that I'm going to give you later in another video, but we're going to start our stitch along on the 4th of December because we then have seen each other exactly a year ago, a year before that in real life, so for the first time. So we thought that was the perfect occasion. So the 4th of December we are going to stitch some things together. So I will talk about that in a later video. Next on my list, I UFO'd 3 projects. I went through my projects, and looked closely at what I had, and there were some things I didn't like anymore. So I decided to toss them or ditch them or UFO them. So the first one is Bocholt by Joke Trebbe de Nijs. It's just not my taste anymore. So I stitched this, the inner circle, and I'm going to pick it out because I have a plan for this fabric. And the threads I used were pinks, blues and greens by XU Design, and I am reusing them in other patterns. So that's the first one I UFO'd. The second one I UFO'd was the Linen and Threads Stitch Along, Mystery Stitch Along from this year. I started this at the beginning of the year with the green sulkies I bought, but I'm just not liking it. And I will reuse the fabric, I will reuse the sulkies, but I'm not stitching this pattern. So, and the last one is in the bag. I'm going to stop working on Holiday Greetings. Is it Holiday Greetings? Yeah, Holiday Greetings by Mill Hill. I bought this at the first Dutch Stitchers retreat and I am not liking this at all. This is so 90s and not my taste anymore. And this is what I had. I didn't do it on the perforated paper. I did it on 32 count cobblestone Murano. And yeah, no, I'm not going to stitch it. So 3 UFOs, and that makes, with the finish I had this morning, a total of 46 whips, which is exactly my age. So, but it won't take long because I'm going to start 2 or 3 more starts this year. So let's hope I can finish something else. Then I have an itchy nose. I had my birthday. I didn't celebrate it with a large number of people. The only one that was coming by was Alice for a short moment. And other than that, I just received some stitchy kindness, and I'm going to show you. At the end of this, at the end of September, not December, it's not there yet. At the end of September, I received an envelope, and there was an address on it, and I recognized the address, but I wasn't really sure, so I looked it up, and for sure it was the person I had in mind. So Yvonne, remember the one I dyed a fabric with flamingo pink for Spring Fling by Brenda Gervais, and I wasn't liking the fabric. It was a cheesecloth, and she commented on my video, "Toss it to Scotland, please." And I did. So she sent me an envelope, a large envelope, and on the back of the envelope was, at the end of September, "Do not open before your birthday." I had to wait 3 weeks before I could open it. But I did. I waited. So on the 10th of October, the first thing I did in the morning, it was just like Christmas, I opened the envelope, and there was this card inside, and this is a Highland cow because she is from Scotland, and with a very nice note on the back. And she put in this pattern, the Sampler Lady. This is gorgeous. Look. This is right up my alley. Thank you, Yvonne. I'm going to stitch it someday soon. So thank you very much. It was worth the wait. Then my boyfriend no, not my boyfriend, Alice, was there on my birthday. And she gave me, because I'm starting my own hand-dyed fabrics, which I told you about in my last video, she gave me a very big pile of fabric dyes she had bought for herself, and they were closed, not opened yet, and she is not going to do anything with it. So she gave that to me, and because she said, you can use it better than me. So I was very surprised. So and it was a lot. So look at this picture. I can do something with that. So thank you so much, Alice. It's very nice. Then she gave me another package, totally out of the blue. And that's this one. There's probably cat hair on this. This is so me. I have 2 cats. There's always cat hair on anything, especially my cross stitch projects. So thank you so much, Alice. This is wonderful. I love this. And it's, yeah, the perfect gift. So thank you so much, Alice. Let's see if it stays here. Then my boyfriend let me, every year he gives me an amount of money, and he lets me order something cross stitchy. So I did at 123 Stitch, of course. And I ordered for my birthday ink circles after the roses. This is a gorgeous pattern, and this is going to be started someday soon. I love these colors, and I have a thing for roses, so that's the first present. The second one is Let's Talk Autumn by Hands On Design, and I love this one, but I love this one as well, and I love this one as well. So I'm not sure which I'm going to start. When I order something from 123 Stitch, I always get a small piece of fabric which I have never tried before. The first one is 40 count Dwarf by Picture This Plus, which is a very nice blue. And the second piece of fabric I got was 40 count Beach Brew by R&R, which is a very nice neutral. And then I got Huckleberry Farm. This was on my wish list from the moment it came out. It's a gorgeous pattern, and I finally decided I needed to have it, and I needed to have the threads as well. So yay. And I'm going to be stitching it on sterling silver by Silk Weaver. But I'm not sure yet, because this is a 32 count, and I have just one skein of floss, fancy floss, and I am not sure if I'm using 2 threads, if I have enough. So maybe I will dye a fabric just like this one. We'll see. And the last thing, what was in my birthday order, was this. This is so worth the money. Thank you, Michelle. Mama Loves You GB. You talked about this one on your video, and yeah, I needed to have it. This is full of samplers and issues of the magazine from 1991 to 2015. I already had a glimpse of it, and I already gasped a couple of times because of the patterns that were in there. So next video I'm going to show you the top 3, I think, of the patterns I need to stitch. So this is well worth the money. It's a little costly, but you will get hundreds of patterns, and there were at least a dozen which I thought were great. So very nice. Then my haul. Lydia was showing in our WhatsApp group a finish she had, and she was showing it with these scissors, and I immediately fell in love, so I ordered it too. So I ordered it on AliExpress. I never do that again, but this was nice and very sharp. Let's have a sip of coffee, because since this is take 2, I have a dry throat. So then I finally, from the end of July, I was back in the Victorian Motto Sampler Thread Club of the month. But there were some problems with the shipping, and that's fine, because I am not in a hurry to get them. And I know Nancy is always good for excuse me. Nancy is always good for her service. So I finally received them, but I received more than that. I received a couple of months, because I was a couple of months behind. So I'm going to show you. The first one is Heirloom Garden. I accidentally received 2 of them, so one of them is going to go to Alice. The next one is Heirloom Roses, which is a very nice dark red. Then we have Heirloom Wildflowers. Let's see, Heirloom Zinnia. Heirloom Ferns. Heirloom Bluebonnets. And remember, there's 20 yards on this, so 6 skeins of DMC each. This is Heirloom Artemisia. Let's see if you can read this. Artemisia, which is a light gray. Then we have Heirloom Poppy, Heirloom Dahlia, Heirloom Lily, Heirloom Delphinium, Heirloom Ivy, Americana Classic, Americana Homestead, which looks like 500 of the DMC range, dark green. Then Crimson Satin, very nice red. Then we have Russet, very, very nice. And Americana Grey, but to me it looks more like green, and to the video as well. It's not really grey, but then we have Celery Mix, and that was my second Heirloom Garden. Americana Cranberry, Heirloom Bluebonnets, and the last one is Heirloom Cameo, which is a cream color. Love it. Those were my Victorian Motto sampler threads and the last bit of my haul. So what else have I to tell you? That's it for this video. My plans for the upcoming future is this weekend I'm going to dye my first batch of fabrics. As I told you in my last video, I'm going to sell hand-dyed fabrics. I was telling you about Etsy. I had opened an Etsy store. It's not open yet, but at first I'm not going to start selling through Etsy. Etsy is a bit difficult. with the rules, and I am going to try at first to sell my fabrics through my Instagram page. So be on the lookout. Before the end of this month, I will post the first batch of my fabrics on my Instagram page, and then you can send me a DM with your PayPal address, and we will see that you get your fabric that way. So we'll see. I was just wanting to start simple and small, because I don't know if it's going to be, I'm not sure about it. I'm doing this for fun, and I'm not sure if I like it, if it's that big with an Etsy store. So I'm going to just start with Instagram, and we'll see how it turns out. So then another plan for the next video is before the end of the year, I would like to start or to finish some of my projects. I have a lot of projects I am already finished with, or nearly to the finish line. So I will show you in my next video the projects I plan to finish by the end of the year. So November and December are going to be, I had a hashtag, can I finish it 2020? And we'll see. I'm going to show you next video. And I'm going to draw a name next video for the Scary Berry. So if you would like it, leave a comment. And leaves me to do some shoutouts. I have watched a lot of Flosstube. I have 3 shoutouts for you, and then I have the list of Flosstubers I watched and love the last couple of weeks. The 3 shoutouts I have are the Contented Stitcher. She does a lot of samplers. She has a wonderful background in her video. We have Crafty Cottage Stitches, which are, I believe, mom and daughter. Wonderful. And the last one I have is Celeste Creates. She has a lot of samplers and beautiful projects, and she comes across as very nice. So I will leave a link to their videos in my description box so you can check them out. So that's it for this week and next week, because I'm filming every 2 weeks. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you back in 2 weeks. And yeah, I will see you then. Bye for now.